What's up guys, it's Mike from the Earth's Mightiest Zeros, and today I'm here to review Finding Dory. Finding Dory was written and directed by Andrew Stanton, who also directed Finding Nemo, WALL-E, and a whole bunch of other movies that you probably love. It stars Ellen DeGeneres as Dory, and it takes place about a year after Finding Nemo, and this time we're off to find Dory's parents. Now, I was super excited about this movie because I love Finding Nemo. It's probably one of the most influential movies of my life. I wouldn't be doing a lot of things that I am now without having seen that movie. But I was also a little bit scared going into this because Pixar sequels are kind of a mixed bag. You have movies like Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3, but then you also have movies like Cars 2. I also was not totally sure if Dory could carry her own movie. She's a great side character, but I wasn't totally sold on her having her own movie. I'm really happy to say though that I loved this movie. I had a total blast. Now the question that everybody always asks when it comes to sequel is it as good as the first? Is this movie as good as Finding Nemo? No, I'm not afraid to say that, but it is a great movie. It stands on its own, really. And that's one of the best things about this movie for me is it's not a retread of the original. Now, some of the other things I really liked this movie was Dory herself. Like I said earlier, I wasn't totally sold on her having her own movie, and she was great. It also did not use Marlin and Nemo as a crutch. I was really scared that there was going to be too much of them because this is really Dory's story. What instead it focuses on is new characters. And Pixar, when they're at their best, it's when they're making new characters and they make some of the best. This is no exception to that rule. There's two characters that really stood out to me as my favorites of this movie, and the first one is Hank, played by Ed O'Neill. He's an octopus and he is awesome. Every scene that he's in is so much fun, and the dynamic between he and Dory is really great. The other character is kind of a glorified cameo, but it's a sea lion voiced by Idris Elba, and it is awesome. I was laughing so hard every time he was on the screen. The first movie was historic for animation, and the animation in this movie is really great too. I really loved how fast-paced the story was. It gets going right off the bat, and it really doesn't stop. There wasn't really a part where I got bored. Now, that being said, it's not a perfect movie, and I think one of the places where it didn't get me as much as I thought it was the emotional scenes. There's a lot of scenes in this movie where they're supposed to be super emotional, but it didn't get me as hard as a lot of other Pixar movies have in the past. That's not necessarily a bad thing though, because we just had Inside Out and that had enough emotion for a long time. Also, the ending of the movie I didn't think was handled as well as they could have. It's not that it dragged, it just it could have ended in a few places. It just extended the story a little bit longer than it needed to. But other than that, there's not much else I have bad to say about this movie. It's a great time for kids and adults. There was a ton of kids in the showing that I saw, and not a single one left, and everybody seemed really into the movie. Side note, the short that plays before this movie, Piper, is fantastic. It is the definition of cuteness, and the animation is some of the best I've ever seen. At the end of the day, Finding Dory is a worthy sequel to one of the best Pixar movies ever made. Definitely go see it in theaters. Bring your family, your kids, your friends. It's a really good time, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. What did you think of Finding Dory? Let me know in the comments below, and tell me who your favorite new character was. Was it Hank like mine? Please like this video and subscribe to our channel, and then check out our website, earthsmightiestzeros.com, for tons of cool stuff, and we will see you in the next video.